Don, I'd love to hear your story about your first trip to Dixon. So can you tell me about that?
Yes, I can, Dave. We lived in Granite City, Illinois. My father was president of the First Granite City National Bank, and he had an opportunity to purchase the bank in Dixon, Dixon National Bank. And so he invited me. I was then 12, and I drove with him to Dixon. We stayed at the Tachusa House, which was a pretty nice hotel at the time. I went down to the bank with him and sat in the boardroom, and he had things for me to do while I was there.
And so then from there, your family moved?
Yes, we all moved in 1946, January of 46. That's where we lived. That's where I lived all the rest of my life until we retired in North Carolina.
And so your dad started as the first Lovett in the
Yes.
Dixon National Bank building that's there today.
He did. The ownership of that bank was owned by the Walgreen family, Charles and Myrtle Walgreen, who were very big in Dixon because they had a summer home there. And they had a drugstore right next door to the bank building, the tall bank building. That was the tallest structure in Dixon at the time, 5-story. That was a huge structure for Dixon.
And still is. It's still the highest point in Dixon.
It is, that's right.
Carol, you know some history about the Walgreen family, and they were part of the history of the bank. So tell us a little bit about that on First Street in Dixon.
In 1995, they published a cookbook, which was about the Walgreen family stories and about in their drugstores when they had restaurants, which they called WAGs. The story in the book is that to expand from the flagging soda fountain sales, if they could offer something else, that might help. And so Mrs. Walgreen made soup and sandwiches at home and brought it in. These days, we have more rigid restrictions, and she wouldn't have been able to do that and serve the public.